Hey guys, so today was, where were we at, day 17? Oh yeah, days are coming. Today I had to make 2 more bags. They're getting a little bit too popular for me, but so I made another black one, which is just a basic black one with that inside. Both of these are going to the same person. And then this one is the burgundy and this inside. And this one is where I put the straps, which is a different kind of strap. I think it looked so good with this burgundy. So this is a fun one. So that's 11 bags. And I do have to make one more for a guy. And I think I'm done with the bags for a while. I wanted to make a white one that I want to play around with, but yeah. And I need to finish my shorts that I haven't even cut out yet. So I need to cut that out and work on that. And I have some other Cricut stuff I want to do as well. Plus my mom's skirt that I need to fix for her. So still got some more crafting stuff going on this week and some other stuff. But today we're gonna do some author spotlight. So I have been fangirling over Christina C. Jones. I wrote a blog post on it, so some of you guys may have seen it. And I talked about my struggle to fall in love with her work. I wanted so bad to love her work, but every time I would get a book and it was just okay. And then I realized why it's okay. I am, and I can say it very proudly this year, I like the unconventional man that I would never date in real life. Ever. In real life. Meaning the dominant alpha male with a little street, or better yet, wealthy and dangerous. One or the other. So I was gravitating the stories that I love from her with those kind of characters. So we're gonna go with the contemporary first, because these are the books where I realized I liked it, but I didn't love it. I liked it, but it wasn't jumping out. I wasn't jumping my skin for it. But nevertheless, I still was like, okay, it was good. Good enough for where I finished a series. So we're gonna start off with 3 books in this series. The first is I Think I Might Love You. I liked in the beginning because of how it started off. Homegirl was subleasing an apartment and, well, no, sorry. Her sister subleased her apartment to a vet, but didn't tell her sister that she did that. So her sister now walk up into the apartment and see a man not fully dressed and thought something was up and screaming. And lo and behold, she realized she was in the wrong because that apartment was subleased. Her sister had subleased it to this guy. And you know, their relationship and things happened. She had to work for him and all of that. That's all I'm going to give you. But just know it's one of those I hate you, but I feel you kind of book. I liked it, but again, a little sugar. A little sugar for me. I Think I Might Need You. Another one of Oops, I'm Pregnant. Who the daddy? Yeah. And then there is I Think I Might Want You. This is a traveler, always traveling, never settling down, and then somebody made her want to set put. So those 3 series, there's 3 books in the series, they were cute. I think most conventional people who like romance will enjoy this. It's not heavy on the spice. It has that cute stories. It has that feel good ending that you will like. It has those likable character, very cookie sweet. Then I said, oh, let's do the next one. Antia. I love this book for the title because every time I hear it, I want to sing that song. But nevertheless, we're going to sing it today. I like this one. This is when I was like, ooh, yeah, I see. I have a type. And this is the poker player and the businessman that's wealthy that got it like that and homegirl need that money. Homegirl is the best in Vegas with the poker, and she's saving her money until something happened and it wasn't enough and she had to go into a tournament. And then you have this wealthy man who very intrigued by her, love her attitude, her, you know, no, she didn't play with nobody kind of personality, but he got wealth. You know, very dominant man with wealth. And she's not submissive, so she's definitely got some alpha in her. But I love the chemistry in this. I've never read a book where it's a poker player or a game kind of book. I mean, I've had sports book where it's, you know, football, basketball, but it's, you know, the men are the ones that are in that kind of position. But I never had where the woman is the star. The woman is the poker player. The woman is the one that is seeked after and is the show. And I love this for that. And then, wow. This is when I was like, oh yeah, I like her action-packed stuff. This is action. This is thriller, but it's romance. So I don't even know what you really call this genre. But it's very thriller. It's very much this woman who was part of a certain thing, and she is discovering things about herself that she didn't know. But there's a lot of danger. She's working with a detective, so she's also a bodyguard. So she's always been aggressive. So she showed up in the first book. And with, you know, Auntie, she showed up in that book. But this second book was when I was like, I like the bad boy, the rough women, the danger. But then there's romance in the midst of all that. I was like, okay, Christina Jones. This case, Christina C. Jones, you got me. You got me. You got me. I'm coming along. She did have a short story kind of collection, sort of, where King of Hearts, where it's just basically characters that she decided not to do a full-length story on, and she put it in this, which I was like, all right, yeah, it was all right. And then the book that really made me realize I am a fan of Christine C. Jones now, and that is Hostile Takeover. I love this book. I mean, I think this is the first time I've given a romance. This was the first one. I think there's 2 books I gave 5-star romance this year. There's a lot of 4-star ones, but this one I gave, and that's because everything about this book. This is about a young, you know, businesswoman. She holding it down, and here comes her daddy, got himself in some mess, and decided that he is going to, the only way they're going to get out of their mess is if she agrees to marry this man. So this is this businessman who is just out of nowhere, cocky, arrogant, don't care kind of deal. So that was the agreement. So she ended up marrying for marriage of convenience. That's what this one is. But there's chemistry there, of course. You know, whenever they, you know, hate each other, you know something's gonna pop off. That kind of deal. But at the same time, you're married to someone you hate. Your father is pretty much your enemy, and your brother is the quiet but don't try kind of personality. Love this. I read this and I was like fist pumping how much I was enjoying it. I mean, I went through this one pretty quick, and I can't find a fault with it. I will read this again and again and again. I love this one. I was like, okay, I'm a fan. I'm a real fan now. And then there's a spin-off when I almost lost my goddamn mind. And this is a Blackwood After Dark. And these are short stories. But these characters showed up in Hostile Takeover, one of them. And you get that creepy idea of them. And they're exactly how she made them in the series. We're talking vampires. We're talking about these 3 brothers who have the calling. That woman that they cannot resist. And that woman can't resist them either. But how they get that woman is what makes it interesting. And when I read the first one, which was Curiosity, I felt like Christina C. Jones was cruel. You were cruel. If you ever see this video. Because how do you do this series and just leave me wanting more like this? This whole series should not be series. I mean, there should have been a regular full-length book. It was too short. That's how good they are. that they were just way too short for me. I read the first one, Curiosity, the best one out of the three. Then we have Caution. And then we have Clarity. Now, Clarity is that brother that you just want to punch, but then you're thinking he might like it. Yeah, that's Clarity. This whole series absolutely shouldn't have been a series. It's just, it was too good to be a series. I'm still not happy that there's no full-length spin-off of this. But correct me, because she has a lot more books that I haven't read. But correct me if she did do any spin-off for long one of this, because I didn't see any. Alright. Then we have another short story collection that she did do a spin-off on one. And that's Vegas Night. And then we have Maybe Next Time. This is a marriage going, you know, going down, and how they're gonna get themselves together and get their marriage back on track. I was like, yeah, I like that. Then we have Maybe This Time. This one was annoying because it's like two best friends that decide to have a good time, and technically the female woke up and her best friend's naked parts was in her face. And at first she thought she was dreaming, but it turned out she wasn't dreaming. So there's that. It happened. Let it go. How about y'all just be together? So I was a little annoyed because this is one of those, I don't know what, girl, get your man. And then the one that was my favorite in the series is Maybe One More Time. When this ended, the first thing I thought was, this cannot be the end. It absolutely cannot be the end. There's way too much in questions I have, way too many things in this that this could not, absolutely not be the end. I was like screaming like, no. Then I realized it's not the end. She did a spin-off of two characters. The only problem is she changed the characters. If you read Maybe One More Time and you get to like No Longer Afraid, you like, this ain't Tati and Onyx. This ain't Tati. They were toned down. I don't know if she toned them down because she thought maybe us as a reader might not be able to handle too aggressive character. But she toned it down because in this, if you read the short story, they're alphas. Both are alphas. But it toned down to a level where I felt like it was toned down too much. Tati came off like a different character. Honest, I didn't believe Honest at all. I didn't believe that was the same character that was in that short story. I didn't believe it. Nevertheless, it ended with a cliffhanger. Then there was a second book, Raised by Wolves, which is part 2. And it didn't fully give me what this. I felt like Maybe One More Time was like the up here, and it didn't maintain up here. It got to down here. So those books got like more like a 3-star, and that was the only time I was like a bit disappointed that a spin-off and the character change. I don't know if there was a huge timeline between when she wrote the spin-off that maybe the characters just felt different to her, but I just did not believe that was the same characters in the short story. Did not believe that they were. And then also the story was so over the top. Absolutely over the top. It was just way over the top that at times I'm like, what the hell? But then I couldn't help but finish the story. You still want to finish the story because there's so much stuff going on, but at the same time you're just fully aware that this is way too over the top. And one contemporary that I did get is Behind the Scene, which I did enjoy, but again it's contemporary, which is not my favorite love of her books, but I did enjoy in terms of the storyline of, you know, that whole idea of someone who fell off and is trying to get the straight and narrow, and someone who's come to your life who's aware of it, and that you share so much common bond with, and you fall for the person, and the person is there to help you stay up and not fall back down. I love that. So these are the books that I've read. So that's what, 16 different stories, and 6 of them are short stories. And I would say, as far as Christina C. Jones, I am here for it. I will continue reading her books. But I'm fully aware that I liked the bad boy rich and dangerous in her storyline. So we'll see what else that I can read next year that she comes out. Her catalog is long. I think the only author that I think only one book that I've left in the catalog that I haven't read all their books, and it's Alexander House. So that's 20 something books I've read from that particular author, maybe more, because I think it's literally only one book, and I still have that book in my Kindle that I have not read from that particular author. So Christina Jones, I think, has way more books possible than Alexander House. So I don't know if I will ever finish her catalog, but I am that person where if I enjoy a story, I will. I think for her, the kind of books that she writes, I might not be able to finish her catalog because I think some of the contemporary might not be for me. But there's another author that I will do a spotlight on her. I have not been disappointed on any of her books. Not one. And I will talk about her soon. But Christina C. Jones is definitely one of my fave this year. Hands down. Those vampires thing make me want to read more vampire romance. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really did. I really did. And Hostile Takeover is just the best. The best. Alright guys, so I am going to end the video here, and let me know if you've read anything by Christina C. Jones, if you read any of these, or you read other ones that you think I really would enjoy. Let me know. I would love to add more to my list for next year, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, bye.